Hi everyone, today in Integrated Math 1, we're going to go over Chapter 7, Lesson 6. Here are the objectives. Make sure you write them down in your notes. Alright, equation for exponential growth. So we have money and over time it's going to increase. So here's our equation. Y is equal to A times 1 plus R to the T power. A is initial amount, which is your start amount. Or I'll say starting amount, and y is the final amount. So the amount you should have in the end. So ending amount. T is time, so let's say in years. If it says 3 years, then T is equal to 3. And R is the rate of change, but make sure it's in decimal form. And R must always be greater than 0. So just a reminder, if you have 5% for your rate of change, to change that as a decimal, it would be 0.0512 to the right, and that's the way we know if it's correct percentage. So there we go in there. Then we have equation for compound interest. A is equal to P times 1 plus R divided by N to the power of T. A is the current amount, so your starting amount. P is a principal or initial amount. It can be said both ways, so be careful with that. And N is the number of times of interest is compounded each year. So if it says something like 2 times a year, or it says quarterly, that one's a good one, that you'll see quarterly would mean 4 times per year. And T is the time in years. R is the annual interest rate, and notice once again, it needs to be put as a decimal. Then we have equation for exponential decay. This is if you have money and over time you're losing some, the equation for it, which is y is equal to A times 1 minus R to the power of T. Once again, A is the initial amount, Y is the final or ending amount, T is time, and R is the rate of decay, expressed as a decimal. And this is what's really different from the exponential and the growth, is that R range. Alright, so we have example 9. We want to find the value of $2,000 invested at an interest rate of 3% compounded quarterly for 8 years. So we should see a couple key things here. We have so much invested, we have a rate, and notice this new part here, it says quarterly, that it's being invested in. So that means the only equation that we can use is equation for compound interest. So I'm going to go ahead and write our formula here. Alright, so A is equal to, and P is your initial amount. So in our case, we invested $2,000. 1 plus our rate is our percentage here. Needs to be changed to a decimal, which would be 0.03 as a decimal. And then we have N, which is the number of times it is compounded in the year. In our case, it's quarterly, so 4. And then we have N again, so 4 times, and T is time in years, which is 8. So then when we simplify this and put in our calculator, remember you're doing this in with order of operations, so a couple steps in between here. But if you do it correctly, you're going to get right around, because we're going to estimate a little bit, $2,000, $540.22. And there we go.